Hey y'all, welcome to FEMMES at Large presents Femininity and whatever you want to talk about. I'm January.
And I'm Mars.
And today we're going to talk about femininity and the art of drag with our special guest, Oliver My Face.
Woo!
Hello.
Hello.
Oh.
That was long as shit. Ooh. That was like so long.
And
And
that's
that's
awesome.
It's giving La Cienega feet. You know? Just long.
Stop.
why you gonna play yourself like this?
Listen, you gotta read yourself before somebody else do it. Like
exactly,
Period.
exactly, exactly.
That's the bar. That's
That's
the
a
what a
bar.
bar.
drag queen's favorite things to do is like judge people, and if you can't give it to yourself, you're
Right.
not gonna be able to take shit from these bitches because they either mean it or don't. And most of the time they mean it. So you gotta eat it.
Man, that's tough. We gonna get into it with these questions. We're gonna ask you more about that because that's definitely something like I want to get into for sure. But yeah, so Oliver, tell us, how did you get started into drag performances? What was the inspiration?
So I've been performing since I was like, I want to say performing for real since like high school. So like 15, 16, I got my first big role, and I just loved theater. The second year, they did a show that I could wear eyeliner for, and I was like, ooh, fun, little makeup thing. And then I went into theater in college. I took a theater makeup class. Um, and so I had the learning for that, but I also had the learnings for dance. That's where I finished my career. And then like right before the pandemic, like 2019, um, I went to Afropunk in October, and it was so lit. It was amazing. It was the same weekend as Pride, so I was like party hopping.
Wow.
But that was the first time I did makeup for myself where I got like notoriety. There's like hella people who were from Afropunk who wanted to take pictures of me while I was there. I ended up on the Afropunk page. Um, and then from there, I was like, okay, cool. Maybe I should explore this a little bit more. So I started playing with makeup because I had it at home, and then I would start wearing it to work. So by the time the pandemic really hit, I was like figuring it out. Um, and also graduating because I graduated in the summer of 2020. Um, so as that happened, I kept up with the makeup. And then like I hit my first 20K on Oliver's account on TikTok in October of that year.
Wow.
Um, which is really cool. It was really exciting. I never had that much like of a following of like people just like paying attention to my shit. So I'm like, okay, let me wait, can I say shit? I
Yeah.
already said it
Yeah.
twice. So
I didn't
Yeah.
catch
Go
the first
ahead.
one.
I had some people paying attention, and with that I was able to sort of just hone in on my craft, and I didn't feel like I was inhibited in any way. I could do whatever I want because people were just watching. Um and so I just kept focusing on all the makeup, and I focused on that heavily to the point where I ended up getting brand deals with Kimchi, who I'm about to use
Mm.
today. And with that, I found like more of a love for myself, like in that creative ring, public ring. Um, but I also like found a need to put the art that I got a degree in. And so the last month actually of 2021, when everything had opened back up, I went out to Mary's here in Atlanta. Um, and I saw one of my first drag shows here, and I was hooked because it was an all black drag show, and I was like,
Mm.
oh, 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 and everyone kept telling me I was pretty, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, oh. And so I just kept up in the community. Sarah, mama. Okay, talk about films at large. My dog is very large and she cries so hard for nothing. Like, baby, sweetie. Sweetie, he's just making the food. Like he's actually making your food. Like, why are you crying?
As if they've never eaten.
Right. Right. Okay. Anyway. And then I just started from there, like March of that year, March of 2022, I started going to open stages, and then I just kept going, and I haven't stopped, and it's been pretty
I know
lit
that's
because
right.
now I'm hosting shows. So
Yeah.
Wow. So a lot of this was pretty recent for you then. You'd say like within the past year is like you've really kind of come into your own as a performer.
I took 2022 was like a really good learning year. And I made it through the whole year in drag, and then I took 2023 and really started to hone in more. I started my first show in 2023. And we had two of those last year at Star Bar here in Little Five. And now I'm about to have that show again for the first time this year, and we have five of them already planned this year.
Wow.
Um, I
Look
Booked
at
and
have
you.
busy.
I have shows every month at this new venue that just opened off of the Beltline, um, including movie nights, and it's just I'm creating the community that I wanted to see. Um, and it's exciting. It's really fun.
Wow, that's really beautiful. I just love like hearing the progress of how you got to that point, and that's really important. Building that community, like that's I think all we're trying to do, and so you putting it to the action, like that's huge.
So that's awesome.
No, surely. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I wanted to talk some more too about the drag community. What are like because I've heard some things about the drag community of like you just said earlier, how it could be kind of tough. You know, that it kind of be like dog eat dog. People can say things like, how's colorism in the drag community?
Um, well, are we talking about colorism or are we talking about racism? Because those are two different things.
Both.
Both, yeah.
Because colorism in the community, I don't really think are prevalent. Like
Okay.
most of the black queens rock with each other. Like we be hanging out,
Okay.
and some of my best friends are black queens. Like one of my best friends is Alexandria Dion, and she's so fierce.
Yeah.
And but I'm also like very close to like in the drag community, heavily. In the black drag community, it's trans coded. So there's either trans women or non-binary people who are like heading all of these things. Like as a non-binary person, I'm heading all these shows. I know Chapel Beauty, Miss He, Ivy Fisher, Minty, um, and then their regulars, J Bella Banks, CC Nicole. Uh, all of these are trans women in the community who are heading huge events that are that sort of bring in the community that I needed when I was like entering. Because like it's so much easier to hang with people that look like you. And the black DJs play better music. So you find that community, but then I've also found some of the other side of it as well. And there are moments where I see shows where I'm like, I would love to be casted on that, but no one on cast looks like me at all. And me being so like unconventional as a drag performer, like I don't shave my beard, but I still perform in this like high femme or high mask or somewhere in between person. I feel like it. I feel like I would appeal to a larger and more range of crowd, and I know that I can because I've seen the gigs that I've been booked on. Um, but there's just some shows that I don't feel comfortable putting my talent in. I will leave it there because, as CC Nicole say, I'm PR trained. So,
And we're gonna keep it cute.
and I love her for that. That's one thing I took from her, and I will keep.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. Um, I know that like, well, I think it's cool that you were saying that a lot of trans women are heading these drag spaces and these events. I know like from prior things I've read, like there's kind of been some transphobia when it came to drag performances possibly, or like maybe the drag community sometimes isn't always as open to trans people, trans women. Like, is that starting to change, you feel like, especially with your community?
I feel like it was more sensationalized on TV, like
Mm.
on the big one, and I'm not gonna say it because I'm trying to get on it.
Yeah.
But
Right.
the
Well,
big
we
one,
are
like
gonna ask you.
huh? Well, yeah, and I'll say it then, you know. But I feel like if they're trying to get on the big one,
Mm-hmm.
that was more of a hurdle that I felt like uh the host needed to head over like the VH1 network or the MTV network because we still are trying to appeal to a crowd that's not necessarily your crowd. Like it's
Mm.
an
Right.
international crowd and everyone's now watching the show, but
Mm-hmm.
they're not educated on everything, so you have to like slowly ease everyone into everything. But like trans women have always been a huge part of the community. Some of my best friends and some people who I feel like I can trust the most are trans women. My best friend is Alexander Dion is one of
Mm.
those women who I feel like I can trust with anything.
Mm.
Since we're on the topic, and I know that you mentioned the big one, but I am curious about your thoughts. As a local performer of Atlanta that has kind of made their own way. One, just in general, your thoughts on Rue. I'm very curious. Two, do you have any aspirations to ever be on any iteration of Drag Race or anything like that?
Uh, so my thoughts on Rue, I feel like I have followed her story. Like I went back and like did all the research and watched all the documentaries and stuff. So I know her story deeply and I love that she's
Mm-hmm.
from Atlanta. I love that she got her start sort of like, well, I'm doing this and I don't care if y'all don't like it because I like it and that's the ride because I feel that. Um, she's had some incidents, but I feel like that's every celebrity. Um, the community that she has created on the global scale now because there's drag race everywhere.
Everywhere.
Um, I feel like it's so dope bringing out these performers who otherwise wouldn't like be able to grasp that global notoriety because there's no stage or like no platform to be able to do that. I think it's really cool having like uh I think it's about as interesting as like sort of like the real world but like
Mm-hmm.
globally. So like
Yeah.
the real world where you can like place it anywhere across the US and you get to see like a little blurb of how that city or that town lives.
Yes.
Um you get to see a little blurb of how this like nation or like this country or like this province or like this city in the US gets is now living, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's a I feel like drag is like a capsule, like a time capsule of art
Mm.
at the time. And so like if you get a traditional queen, you get to see like how they were doing drag um when she started. You get a queen from now, you get to see how they're doing drag right now. If you get someone who's
Mm.
like a newbie who's literally just figuring it out, you get to see a different kind of drag, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
It's interesting to be able to watch and like learn about all of these different cultures that I would have never been able to embark on. Like I watched Drag Race France because I don't mind jumping the hurdle of a subtitle. Um
Right.
and it's so dope. And so on thoughts of being on the show, I would want to go on because I've now seen people who look like me on on other branches of it, like uh like bearded performers specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Um on other branches of the show actually win and be received so well and look so beautiful. And I'm like, I gotta do that too. I have to do that as well.
We would love to.
Um
We're rooting for you.
Yeah.
um it's fun. I like drag. Drag is cool.
Yeah, drag is really cool. What like for your performances, like how do you go about like constructing your performances? What are some inspirations that go into them?
Usually something black. Um and then a reference of mine or an idea or like a song that I really like, and then I'll take that and place it in the mindset of, okay, so how do I want to present this? What around this could make this girl, not her crying to the
Uh,
point of making herself hurt, and then I look
Oh
over
my
her and say, girl, and
goodness.
then she just licks her lips.
she's always
You're so
laughing.
out of pocket, mama. Not you drooling, girl. Get a grip. There's this thing called a grip, and I need you to just handle it. Um, oh, he, is it okay? There it is. Wonderful. Okay, she's handled. She's handled. Okay, wait. You're gonna have to give me the question again.
No, you're good. You're good.
She knocked
This
me
is.
all the way out.
No, no, no. It was what's your inspiration behind your drag performances? What goes
My
into
numbers.
them?
Yes, yes, yes.
Mm.
I really do just like find either clips of something that I really like a meme or something that's really stupid. I did one for the nationwide is on your side thing because that was so funny to me. I just did I just did a Black History show, and so I just did, well, I did two of them that were like switched back to back because I was originally going to do a Nicki Minaj mix
Mm.
for. You're right, right. Okay, so I was gonna do that for my Black History Month show. However, during the beginning of the month, that's when she did her big one. Um, and I decided and addressed it into my group chat. Yeah, she does too much. I'm doing something else. And so I literally made an antithesis mix. I made a mix um that was Megan's Hiss.
Wow.
So
Mm.
it's like clips of her original version of it that I slowed down to fit the beats. There's clips from her chopped and screw version of it. And then there's
Mm.
Mm.
also clips from this one video that I found that was like a meme of Nicki's original track, where they were just like
Gas.
saying the wildest, like, um, she says like 1 foot, 2 foot, red foot, blue foot. When it come to the Megan Stallion, the bitch got 1 foot. You know, it's just like it was just clowning her. It was so funny to me. And so I took it and I placed it on top of the original beat. And I have that scattered throughout. There's at one point I'm like
That's so good.
performing. And it's these hoes don't be mad at Megan. These hoes mad at Megan's law. And I say it like 4 times in a row. As a phone call is coming in, I walk over, I pick up the phone call off of someone's tip, and I'm like, and then she starts going back in, and the music started up, and she's just, yeah, my husband took children, but that was a long time ago. Why you bringing it up? You silly hoe.
Fred, you a genius, bro. That's
Oh
crazy.
my god.
Oh, it was so fun.
Please tell us where that is so we can link everybody to it if you recorded that
I did
performance.
record it. I'm working on it. It's going to be linked on my YouTube. That is
Oh,
OLVRM Face.
I
Yes.
cannot wait.
I have a new
Oh my god.
digital drag video up there too, and we're working on a second one, and I'm working on a third one, and maybe a fourth one. Well,
Yeah.
I'm working
Oh,
on a
that's
lot.
right.
Sky's the limit. Oh my god, that's actually genius, and I feel like it is a work of art. So I cannot wait to see it.
But at the same time, the one that I made for that Pink Friday lady was pretty good too.
Oh, I knew it was gonna
Oh.
eat. I know it was.
It was her "Fuck the Club Up" song, but it was mixed with
Yeah.
Waka's original "Fuck the Club Up" mix. Yeah, and then it was inter. So like I did her first verse, and then I go. First of all, if you was beefing at a wedding, you should have been beefing at that wedding. Why would you bring it to somebody else's club? That's sad. And then the song goes, "Fuck it," and the beat drops back in.
That's
It's so
good.
it's so good. Oh, it's so
Give it a couple
good.
of weeks, Fran. A couple months. I feel like they'll forget. You'll be
But
able to
yeah,
use that mix
look,
again.
look, it depends on the crowd, really. Okay, so
Yeah,
back
yeah,
to
yeah,
oh,
yeah, yeah.
here it is. The I mean, this is the range of crowds you will see. So I was able to perform to my Black History Month audience,
Mm-hmm.
my his mix. But
Mm.
that same day I had a brunch and I was able to perform the other one because it was so
Mhm.
I didn't
Right.
they don't know.
They don't
They don't
know.
know. They're like, oh, it's good. And that was tipping well. I walked out of that place with like $200. So that was fine. I was
Right.
good. I
Right.
was good.
Oh no,
I
that's
did
right.
that and I also did Heated by Beyonce. And I have
Mm.
like this leopard print outfit with this leopard print fan that has glitter on the back and jewels on the front.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
In the middle part of that is what's her name? What's her name? What's the lady from Vogue? Not Vogue, Pose. Electra?
Um,
Yeah, it has one of Electra's rants in it.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
you
did you
just
have a
can't
background in
take
music
it.
at all? Because I feel like you're just like. Did you have like any background in making music before this? Because I feel like your ideas are crazy.
I no, I didn't. I have background in music because I
Mm.
was in band and marching band. My dad used to make music. Um,
Me
but the most I
too.
ever did was like play with the beat pad because it was fun to make noise. Um,
Uh-huh.
and he never wanted to teach me anything, so that's not trauma. That was just that was just he was busy. That was just he was busy.
He's like, I got time. No.
That was just he was busy. No. Um, yeah, I never really did that. And then once I had to learn how to do it, I was like, well, I'm gonna learn how to do it the correct way because I'm not gonna be out
Mhm.
here fucking my own shit up.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, wait, I need a color.
I do. I have a question. It's we're gonna I'm bringing it back to the Atlanta scene because I don't have much connection to that. I'm in Orlando, so I'm very involved. I don't perform or anything, but a lot of my friends perform. A lot of my friends do drag here in Orlando, but I don't have much background into the Atlanta scene. So I wanted to know what are some of your icks? Like, what are some things you can't stand about the Atlanta drag scene, and then what are some things you would love to see more of? Yes, let's get into it,
Mm,
Fred.
mm,
Let's get
mm.
into it. Come
Oh
on,
my
you knew what this was.
goodness. Something I've heard so often, all drag is valid, not all drag is bookable. So like let's talk about it. Let's
Ooh,
get into it. Um, what do I so it's something an ick. A performance ick or like
just in the drag community in general. It doesn't even have to be performance based. Just things that you can't stand to see, either behaviors or
there's a lot
Ooh.
of beefing in the
thieving.
drag scene
Oh,
Really?
beefing
about nothing.
about nothing.
About absolutely like like not even high school, middle school beef.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all beefing up because y'all kissed the same boy.
Damn. You were right.
Who
Oh
ain't nobody's
shoot.
boyfriend.
Like, come on. I thought we were grown. I thought I was working with adults.
Oh,
Mm.
yeah. So beefing is
Also,
tired.
what else? What's an ick? Well, boyfriend. What are our drag gigs? What do we what are we looking at performance and we be like, oh, what's one thing that we'll see in like a drag performance and we're like, oh, Because they're asking me about drag gigs, and I can't think about them because I try to, my drag icks, like the things that you see in performance that you're like, yeah, yeah, ew, no, not good. No, no, not good. What- um, oh, people who are antsy about their own reveal. If you give away
Mm.
that you have a reveal, you're an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Improperly timed reveals and using splits as your crutch.
What's a
Because
split?
Mm.
sure, you can do a split. Sure, you can
Oh
do a
yeah,
dip.
yeah, yeah.
Sure, you can do a flip. But if you're doing this stunt for lack of actually knowing your words or doing more drag,
Mm.
Yeah.
or dancing, like if you're doing stunts instead of like actually bringing the choreography to mean something, that's
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
crazy.
One of my biggest ones is because Orlando. I mean, I'm sure Atlanta has a lot of older queens. Um, I guess it's like two. A lot of, and I get it. They've done their time, but it's getting to the point now. And I know you got to do like 100 songs a week, probably. Like you're not just at this club. Like you're at this club this day, and you're at that club a different day. You're at Tampa this week. But like we're picking songs that I promise I don't think they've heard before. Because why do you know none of the words?
Don't drop your lip sync. Please don't watermelon cantaloupe that shit. Like
It's past watermelon cantaloupe. Some of them aren't even trying no more.
they're just like trying to get it too fast and they're picking up songs that they don't know.
At
Mm.
all.
Period. Never wanted to learn. They're like, oh, it'll perform
It'll perform. And
you. It won't perform.
face B, they look gorgeous, but it's just and picking up dollars, girl. It's crazy to me.
The little tip halls, the little
It's
bark and barks.
crazy. Bark and
Like, come
bark.
on.
Knowing none of the words.
Damn.
I'm like, sweetie, you should have left that at home.
And then Oliver, what is something that you personally would like to see more of in the Atlanta drag community?
Um, oh, I don't want to see more in the drag community. Intention.
Mm.
There's a lot of people who are coming on the stage to do drag because they think doing drag is what they want to do.
Mm.
And a lot of them really just want attention and money.
Mm.
And that does not a good drag performer make.
Mm.
You gotta have intention behind why you're doing this. You gotta know why you're wearing this outfit. You gotta know your words. You gotta know why why the performance is going the way it's going. If you're using a mix, you
Mm.
gotta know why it transitions. You gotta know how it transitions. And you are performing this number front to back like it wouldn't happen otherwise.
Mm.
You have to be the one to make and forward the like purpose of your drag performance. And a lot of people are just doing numbers because either it's a popular song that they like or they can do the stunts.
Mhm.
And the stunts don't the stunts don't do too much if you don't know why you're performing.
Mm.
So I would love to see more intention. I feel like halfway through a person without intentions performance, they run out of steam and so they just start figuring out things to do. Oh
Mm.
no, it's I think these
Ooh.
are just two like fur pieces that I got from this one store.
That
I
is so
like
cute.
cut them into my my like splatter styles.
Okay.
And so they just like go on my back.
That's so
And
cute.
this
I thought it was
my
a
boyfriend
star, but
helped
I
me
like that.
attach it with like elastic, so
Uh huh.
it's
That's
just one.
cool.
Period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
I made it because I had to do a Krampus look for Christmas.
Oh my
For
gosh.
Christmas. Oh.
It was a full like fur unit. It was very pretty.
Word.
Ooh. You're like the epitome of a creative. Like I love it. Like you're just like
Yes.
really great at a lot of things, and I love how you like mix them together and make it your own. It's cool.
Yeah. I mean, It's not hard. Once you get one medium, you just drag whatever you
Mm.
do over to the next one. It's the same intention, just like different medium. I've
Mm-hmm.
been placing these splatters everywhere. So
Work.
Bars. Bars.
I might make my tag that. I should make that for my because I have a clothing line. So I should
Mm.
make that my like my little tag thing. The little
The splatter,
splatter.
yes.
And then just sew that into the neck or wherever it's gonna be.
That's fire.
I kinda wanna put it on the side like sports style
Mm-hmm.
instead of
Mm.
in the shirt like
Mm-hmm.
on the product somewhere. I think it'd be
Like
cool.
a part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. For sure.
It's
For
clean.
sure.
It's clean. I do.
I'm trying to think. Mars, you got any more questions for Oliver?
Yes, give me 1 second. I
Yeah.
have one good one.
Please
Give me
take your
one
time.
second.
It's
Give me
reminding me
one
that I haven't finished my
second.
makeup. So
It's all good.
Oh, okay. Okay, Oliver, I got one more good question for you.
what's up?
So,
Oh, that means you got one more good question. You mean you got some bad questions for me too?
No.
I'll take bad questions. I
no, I'm
love
done
bad
being
questions.
messy. I'm done being messy. Um, so you said that you had mentioned coming from a theater background and how that evolved into what this is now. What you, as all the experience that you've gained right now, do you have anything that you would say to that younger pre-Oliver self? Any words of encouragement or
Um, I would tell him keep it up. I would tell him to learn and absorb everything like a fucking sponge because you're gonna need it all. Because you're gonna
Mm.
mm-hmm,
need every single part of it because you're gonna
mm-hmm.
get to the future and you're gonna need all that stuff that you were like, ooh, I should have paid attention in that class. Um, keep in contact with all of your professors because they can become your friends. Um, and do more makeup. You're pretty. Use it. You
Mm.
know. I used to not have any hair on my face, and I feel like if I would have started then, I could have been RuPaul by now. I could have been her. I could have been her. You know, without the fracking, but like I could have been
Oh.
her. Goodbye. Good night. No, yeah, I could have been
Uh,
her. I could have been her.
nah, you still can. You still can, friend.
I think so. I think she gonna like me. I'm gonna get on her nerves, if nothing else. I
Listen,
think
from what I've
okay,
learned, it don't take too much to make her laugh anymore.
she be looking like she don't want to laugh nowadays.
It doesn't look like a real laugh.
I know I have to be stupid. I know I have to be idiotic. I have to make her like accidentally laugh.
It's like
I
making a
gotta
baby
have her
laugh almost.
have her falling out her seat.
Yeah,
I can do it. I can do it. I can do it.
I think you can.
Absolutely.
I
I
think
feel
you
like
can.
predictions is that Rue's gonna think I'm an idiot, but she's gonna love me. Um, me and Michelle might butt heads on style, but she's gonna love me. She is. Don't even look at me like that. Anyway, yeah, why not? Um, and then I don't give a fuck about the girls.
I know that's
They're just a stepping stone to me winning. So they can be there. They can
exactly.
be there.
So what are
LOL.
some thoughts, Oliver, about the future of drag from your perspective? You're someone who is very art forward, being a kimchi
Hmm.
ambassador as well,
Kimchi
someone
chic
who's
beauty
also
bay. Hmm.
tell it
Right.
again. Someone who's also like super artistic and super like incredibly talented with their their work. What do you see in the future of drag for more, maybe even bearded performers or whatever else?
I think the future of drag, even in my show, I made the future of drag. Future drag is trans, not
Mm.
non-binary, trans women, trans men, because that's like the newest age of artists who are able to like express themselves in a different way. You get to see these like gender fucky performances that you wouldn't get to see otherwise. Like I'm able to go from singing Slob on My Knob by 3 6 Mafia to Gimme Head by Light Skin Keisha in the same mix.
Yeah, that's
So
lit.
And
it's a
that's duality.
duality. No, yeah, yeah. I was it also in that mix it includes clips of that lady who said she had a whole bag of jelly beans in her ass. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love that mix. I love that mix. That mix is
Period.
good.
Friend, your
That mix
brain
is
is
real
on a
good.
your brain is on a million, bro. Like, how do
You know
you
what I'm
come up with
saying?
this? Like, how do you come up with
I
this?
just be I'd be like, no, that's the thing. Nowadays, I'll be thinking of mixes in my head, and I'm like, that's so fucking stupid. I love it. Like the most recent when I was walking out. Oh, boyfriend, I didn't tell you this one. It was Pony by Genuine mixed with clips from
Mm.
BoJack Horseman.
Ooh, man.
You're in
Yeah.
That's wild.
2024. Simply.
I'm like, what's the stupidest thing I could do here? All right, let's make it dumber. I
That's
love it.
wild.
I'm working on a mix. My what is it called? What is it called? My Roman Empire is a mix featuring Ice JJ Fish's on the floor.
Are you
It's
serious?
something about you, girl. I don't know what I'm gonna use it in yet, but once
It's
I
been
figure it
so
out, it's over for
long.
the
Oh,
entire track community.
yo, I gotta see this. I gotta see this.
Over.
That is insane.
Jen,
Oh,
did you have any more questions?
no, I was just gonna ask for what you got coming up next. What are we looking
Yeah,
out
what's
for?
plug some
Ooh,
stuff.
ooh, ooh. Okay, so next Saturday, um, unfortunately it's in Atlanta, but next Saturday I have my beard brunch with my boyfriend, Chef Daddy Vic, and we are starting the year off right with an all drag king beard brunch. So that's March 9th.
Wow.
Oh, that's lit.
Um, and then March 13th, we have the beard watching event, which is my movie nights that happen every, I think we said first or second Wednesday of the month. And
Okay.
we're watching Matilda. Um,
Oh, Matilda.
and what else do I have? I'm working on a new video, 2 new videos. Those are coming very soon.
Okay.
More digital drag. Uh, and yeah, I'm just posting a lot. So follow me on Oliver My Face, Beard Brunch, Beard and More. That's it. I think that's it. I hope
Mm.
that's it.
Man, you booked and
Period.
busy. We appreciate you
Okay.
coming on. Thank you for taking the time out to talk with us. And yeah, this has been really great. I love this.
For sure. But
Got
anyway,
anything to say to the people, Oliver?
yeah.
Say again?
You got anything to say to the people? Any?
Um, I'll close with what I said on my kimchi collaborative post because that right now is one of the things I think about a lot. I'm on their page, so that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Um, be bold, do queer things. You are influence.
Wow. Bye, everyone. Follow, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we'll see y'all next week. Appreciate y'all. Have a good day. Bye.
Bye.